Alright, so in this segment, I'll be talking about the hypocrisy of basically the people who just slanders the Clippers, who just like when you would see a Clipper video and you just see just that one random comment who just literally just throws shade just for not on absolute like unrelated reasons, just whether for their personal expense or just to just curb their insecurities or whatever. And basically, slandering the Clippers is one of the most like I guess popular things. You would see some big names would probably definitely slander the Clippers, including like basically Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and all those people. Like, which is just pretty much clownery in my opinion. So I'm gonna just express some examples of the hypocrisy of the Clippers haters. Number one, it's obviously Kawhi Leonard. So Kawhi Leonard, when he was prior with the LA Clippers, he always load managed regardless. All of a sudden, he joined the Clippers. He load managed what he does. All of a sudden, people are now clowning him. People are desperately trying to throw shade. Like, why y'all care if you load manages? Like, seriously. Like, the man is literally a beast. Clippers have the most BS schedule in my opinion. Like literally just check out this year's schedule if y'all don't believe me. Like now it's gonna be what 5 games in 7 days. Like are y'all kidding me? 5 games over just in one week. That's good for fans like me, who just want to tune in and watch the Clippers, but it's definitely not good for the players who just literally have to work their butt out and everything. Like, come on, bruh. So basically, back on the Kawhi's load management. All of a sudden, like Kawhi is weak or something. Like before, everybody loved Kawhi. I mean, people still love Kawhi till this day, but there's just like a lot of hypocritical individuals. So that's just what I pretty much wanna express. And then now basically now they're desperately also trying to use an argument against Kawhi Leonard like the 2019 Raptors ring didn't really count or blah 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 they're not trying to say BS how Lowry or Van Fleet carried Kawhi. Like, do y'all get how ridiculous that is? In my opinion, it's just like it's equivalent of saying Derek Fisher and Ron Artest carried Kobe Bryant. Like, y'all know that's baloney. Like, and plus Kawhi played pretty much good the whole entire series. Like this, and Kobe Bryant, the great legend Kobe Bryant, went for 6 for 24, which is everybody has bad games. You get tough moments. Lots of people would swarm you, so it's normal. But Kobe Bryant going 6 for 24 don't mean like Pau Gasol carried Kobe Bryant. No, like that's not how it works. You always need to have like teammates all around to help. So basically, they're just downplaying Kawhi's credibility just because he had a decent teammate to help him. Like, and then the main topic is this thumbnail right now, Paul George. Paul George, like if y'all been following the NBA for the past 10 years, like Paul George before he stepped foot in Clipper territory, he was loved. Everybody loved him. They were literally like a lot of Lakers fans, they loved Paul George prior to him being a Clipper. He was they were basically lobbying to get Paul George. Like they were doing whatever it takes. Like they even put a poster sign of saying PG to LA, to the Lakers, not us. And then Paul George also he also was Paul George growing up. He was a fan of both teams. He was a fan of the Lakers and the Clippers. And then when Paul George was in a press conference, everybody was acting all crazy. Despite Paul George was obviously if go back to one of the videos. I mean, not the videos, like one of the article back in 2011 or 2010 or whatever. In his draft scouting, it said Paul George. He was known to be a fan of the Clippers as well too. So that's that. And then I'm gonna just like, and then another thing is, this is not just directed to to Lakers fans. This is like directed to every single Clippers hater. So it could be Nuggets fans, could be Suns fans, could be Mavericks fans, or every not. And plus, like, don't think like it's I'm slandering every single Laker fan base or every single Mavericks fan base. It's just that directed to the toxic people who just literally just slanders the Clippers for I don't know whatever reason. So, and another thing is like just I bet Brad. I just bet, like basically Paul George like had Paul George signed with the Los Angeles Lakers, he would probably lots of people would probably say he's the 6'8" Kobe Bryant, or he's some would like some people would say he's second best in the league. Like I'm like just go back, just don't even go back too far. Just go back like not even like a full year. Like I could just say I mean just 2 years ago. Like basically the Lakers bubble performance, which is they did good. Anthony Davis, he did pretty good. Right? You know what they said? They said some fans they were saying Anthony Davis is a better player than Tim Duncan. Could better player than so a guy who has never been able to lead a team as a first option is better than a five-time ring Duncan. So I just want to put I just I'm just speechless. And then and basically like if you went back to like any average like 2018 video, people would literally like love Paul George. Like you wouldn't really hear any comments slandering Paul George. Now it's mixed now. It's not as bad, but and don't forget there was also a Lakers fan or a LeBron fan. If y'all know who OSN is, he basically said um that Paul George like did in OKC was better than what Kevin Durant did in the whole entire OKC career. Like just type Paul OSN saying Paul George is better than KD. Like if you just watch the whole video, you'll definitely hear him say that. So I'll just wrap up this video. So again, that's just my opinions. Just let me know what y'all think, and